Hey everyone, how y'all doing? I know it's the middle of the night and stuff. Um, it's just crazy. So, the question is, why so many people are so obsessed, so obsessed. They've been so obsessed with me when they got on. Let me have a story. At one point, the dumbass in Canada, he put same excuse. I don't know. It's it's about two kids. He says he Rainey attached himself to the case of two kids with the same excuse. No, pray not. See, what has Rebecca and Ralphie's been doing? They're the ones who were so obsessed with this case. Hey, good morning, Louise. How you doing? Yeah, they're the ones. They're the ones so obsessed with this case. The case that's over with. Um, sorry if you guys came in late, but the problem is you're the ones so obsessed with two kids. Why are you? Um, then you tell people Rainey has been around young ones very often in his days. No, pray not. I don't see kids day to day. Hey, Mustang, I'm sorry, but that one's wrong too. Um, then you put a disgraced Delphi YouTuber. No, see, they're the ones who stalk people. He's the one who lied, and Rebecca lied. The question is, if you're so obsessed with me, you made up so but lies, right? Yep, nothing but lies. My question to you, Rebecca, since um, you didn't want to go on the C. Wilk show to prove you're right. See, I took a lie detector test, the real lie detector test, and I passed it. You can't pass it without being, if you lied. Thing knows the lie detector test. If you lie, they know you lied on a lie detector test. But since you didn't want to go and see Wilco's show and think you're a smartass and play your little mind games, um, that's what you guys do. You and Ralphie and Croft play mind games and stuff. My question is, do you two know what is in that children's book? You think you know what's in that children's book. What's the titles in that children's book? I only made one children's book, not two of them. See, that's not a lie. Since you like to search people and blame people on the case when we are at the beginning, ask yourself: do you know what's in the stories in that book? Do you? No, you don't. You just think that is. You and Rebecca think that is and stuff. And call people fat ass, eat that Pizza Hut. Excuse me. Why don't you eat the Pizza Hut, fat ass? Um, so if you want to make excuses, I'm sorry, I don't see you supporting anything at the beginning. All we saw you is making up lies. in the case. And all the questions were true. They follow the clues, not by somebody who's telling, like Reese did. Reese Davis doesn't, like, he lied. Prof was all upset because everybody throwing a his fit. But you, Rebecca had an opportunity to go on a C Book show, but she kept on lying. She lied through the whole entire courtroom. Everybody's cheering Rebecca, but no. Hey, Cindy. No, she lied in that courtroom. Even the guy who did my lie detector test, he's a police officer. He read the transcripts. You think you had everything you knew about a transcript? Yep, facts. Backed up the proof. Showed evidence, show where they land. But people keeps on looking at those who lies. The real people who lies. Calls us troll farm, you know. And the other thing is, you know, you have Noe going back to Delphi, stalking the town. We knew that he's going to go back to stalking the town. How far would he go to find Anna? He's been kicked out the Office Tavern. He can't go back there. He's been kicked out the doghouse. He can't go there. But somehow he sneaks in the doghouse, and he's no longer allowed on Libby Airways Park. These people were all pissed off, telling people, "Oh, they're all making money." Well, no, I don't see them donating their names to bricks out there. People donated those bricks. Families did. And particularly, you know, the person who works with children, like Rebecca, she said, "I work with children." Well, you're the ones who is a predator, a stalker to these children. Since Prof had a child that's a predator, and what about Ralphie? Well, he's got children. He sees his kids every single day, so that means he's a predator every single day. I don't. I'm not around kids. I'm around my nephews, and they're older. So again, these are the people who are sicko. But since uh, Rebecca and Ralphie doesn't know any titles in that children's book, anybody can make or write children's books. Superstars wrote children's books because they can't write their children's book. They're dumb and stupid. If they can't write a children's book, if they're having kids, then they can't be able to come up with a children's book for their own writing. But still, they're the ones who are predators in this case. Noe is trying to find Anna every single time when he goes to Delphi. We've seen people who were there with Noe. And the investigator, he ate dinner or lunch with the investigator of Louis' case for the defense team. Boy, they looked at that wrong. Yep, he is. Cindy, he is. He's a weirdo. So make up things. You put things on your page, Rebecca. Have all these different people. She doesn't know anything about paintings. Yeah, it talks about the family. All these people talk bad about the family. They went the wrong way on the investigation. They didn't follow the clues. The police, the FBI went with what they saw. And that's how it went down. It started from the bridge. Everybody's, oh, that's an AI. That's not Abby on that bridge. That's Abby on that bridge. That came from Libby's phone. You remember the time that Ralphie tell people he saw 10 people with cameras down below the bridge? He zooms in, saying, look, you see all these people? There was no one there. And trying to say there was a picnic table on the north end, or it's a cliff, where it's all wooded. No one went over there. There was nothing there. Things I show in my videos are true. What it looked like before, and tell people, oh, he was on this case. They're teenagers. You're calling them kids? They're teenagers. But you're on the case. Why are you on the case, Rebecca? Those are two kids. You're the ones who see kids every day. Ralphie sees kids every day. They're the ones who sees kids every day. They're the ones who are disgrace. YouTubers. At the end, what are they going to do when this whole thing's over after the pills? That judge will say they had the right evidence. If they were really pressing their luck to get Richard Allen out, because they're not really helping Richard Allen. They leave him in the prison. His lawyers left Richard Allen in prison while they're making money. These lawyers and appeal lawyers are making money. They don't want Richard Allen out because they know that's their honeypot of making money. Thanks, Cindy. They're the ones who are evil. Make up crap. How come they didn't get him out in the first place when the time was up, like they said? Well, the time's up. We need to get Richard out. If you didn't show any evidence, did Baldwin get him out? No, because they're making money. $1 million off this case for themselves. All three lawyers making money off Carroll County, because that's their honeypot. No, we'll keep Richard Allen in prison so we can keep our money. At the beginning, they wanted Richard Allen out of prison, but they kept him in there. Yep, they can't handle the truth. We know somebody's watching. Anyhow, from that side. But Baldwin and them, his other lawyers, his 72 days was up. And they were supposed to try to let them out. Oh, they skipped the bail money. They came in February of that next year. Well, they didn't have time in February, so they bypassed the bail. But the problem is, the bail money was what, millions of dollars, and no bellman, no bail bondsman would come up with that money. He didn't have enough property to cover the bail to get him out and stuff. Who's going around all around on the internet? Well, of course, Rebecca's. She's the one going on all these different groups. She lied to that, saying, "Oh, he's going to these different groups." Wrong. We see it's her going around different groups. She gets confused where she goes, who she sees. She's been around all the internet and stuff, but since they want to play games and head games to their people, they're the ones who try to eliminate people off of other people's channels so he can get people. Look how many times of channels did Ralphie change? Shuts down, comes back, shuts down, come back. Different names. And he uses my name for his email? Yeah. We know who that came from. They're so obsessed with me. And why? To make up stories. Make up false information about people, and that's why these people out there ruin other people's lives, because they come up with lies. And this is why, to prove, go to Steve Wilko's show, prove that they're the liars. We already did now, because Rebecca lied. Claims, oh, I tried to call them, wasn't answering. Did you leave a message? No, she didn't leave a message on her answering machine on her phone. She didn't text her. She didn't get no text from her. So the lady said, "Yeah, this is the reason why." She said, "Now no." So that's the truth. They don't even know what's in that children's book. They're making up some crappy stuff. They don't know what's in it and stuff. None whatsoever. So it's just sad, very sad. They're the ones who let's see here. Hold on. Oh yes. Makes up so much lies. So, come on. They're the ones that disgrace. He's the one who made up lies. They're so obsessed. That's what they are. And he's been around different cases, children cases. So tell me, has he saw his wife giving birth? So he sees a naked woman giving birth? I guess he doesn't care how many kids he has. Rebecca, man, she's been popping out kids left and right. So, but that's why I want to clear up some stuff right here. They're so obsessed. Well, I know they're watching. Somewhere out there, they're watching. Their people are watching. Total 6 people on here. So, but hey, Ron, how you doing? You're wasted again. Wanted to say hi. Oh, cool. Hi, Ron. What did you do on Valentine's Day? Did you get buzzed on Valentine's Day? You didn't drive, did you? So I'm glad to see you, Ron. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Cindy, Louise, hey, thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Um, and stuff. Um, but I had a lot of people when I started. That was my first murder case. So these other people did other murder cases. Why can't I do a murder case? So, yeah, why can't I do a murder case and stuff? That's the question. That's the first murder case I did. So they'll keep on doing it. But I just came on and stuff. I'm trying to protect you, Ron. To clear your name from these people calling you a murderer, Ron. Since people calling you a murderer, Ron, so I'm trying to keep your name clear. So you have a no one trying to say you're a murderer. Try and keep your name clear, Ron. Thanks, Mustang. So right here, hear me out on this. For the past week, I had people snooping around my house. Oh, really? Who are they? Who do you know who they were, Ron? What are they trying to get off your property, Ron? See, they're so obsessed with you, like me. They're always obsessed. Between you and me, Ron, they're so obsessed. So obsessed with lies. I'm trying to keep you telling people you didn't do the murders and stuff. Really? Some woman in your goat barn? He says to me, "Hey, Ron, I thought you were." It was like she saw a ghost. She ran off down 300 screaming. That's a good one, Ron. I like that. That's pretty good. Oh, was he on drugs? Was the lady on drugs? That's good. That's a good one, Ron. I like that. uh, those are the laugh we need. I We needed that laugh, Ron. That's good. That's good. So, well, hey, I gotta get some sleep. I gotta get my go get my truck fixed early morning. Ron, you goddamn go on. Yeah. So, hey, thanks for all coming and stuff. I think she was on the drugs, like you said. Oh, probably so. Probably so. So, hey, thanks for coming and listening this morning. You all have a rest of the day, and I'll tell you anything crazy happen next time. So, talk to you guys all later. Have a good morning. Bye, Ron. Bye, Mustang. Louise, Cindy. Um, take care. I'll see you later. Bye.